episode 9 of God Pod. I created that nickname this week. No, I've been holding on to it. I told Jeff that. First of all, we kick it off by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land and paying respects to elders past, present, and in the future. We'd like to do that right first of all. Big shout out also to Sip Supplies. Man, I'm not gonna fucking lie. I forgot them at home in the top shelf. So like, I went and copped some shit that they would get us. So big shout out to Sip Supplies. I love you. Sorry. Make sure you find. I'm not gonna bullshit the viewers. They can tell when I'm bullshitting. Then, hey, I don't do this. I gotta start promoting my shit. So follow us, Godzilla. Subscribe to Godzilla Podcast on YouTube, Instagram. Follow us on that shit. And big shout out to Mackenzie. I love you. Thanks for tie dyeing or like bleaching my shorts. They're pretty sick. You like?
I actually thought you bought them. So
no, I didn't. Well, I did buy them, but then I bought another pair and we fucked these ones up. So, thank you. You can pick up the mic now and say hello, I suppose. But this is Mirrah.
Greetings, everybody. How you doing?
Yo.
Hey.
Come on, we got a bit of an audience in here.
Godzilla.
You know the vibes. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to really say it on the post because, you know, like, it's always just human to human respect with you.
Say word.
But, you know, finally to have the first of many ladies, women on the podcast.
Thanks, man.
And I'm glad it was, you know,
Thanks,
you to come through. Shit, we got dad jokes already.
Welcome to my world.
I have to shout out as well, like, Mirrah is the first of the guests that brought blankets.
I brought a blanket for you because I knew you tried to show off your legs. So I was like, I know it's cold.
It's the tats, really. Just trying to act gangster, but freezing my nuts off.
Exactly. So I was like,
I'm gonna keep this here just in case. I'm gonna gift you. That's your hoodie.
Oh,
that's
really?
the Godzilla podcast hoodie.
Oh man, I'm gonna wear it then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to. You can gift it to some other unfortunate soul.
I'm gonna wear it. Let me show off my nice steez first, and I'll put the second steez on.
Yeah. No. You know. You sort that out.
Yes.
But listen. So obviously, you know, you maybe watched 1 or 2, but you know, the podcast is really about a bit of history for the viewers. And you know, I've had the pleasure of knowing you for a long time. You know, in the scene, and heard of you actually before you knew that I heard of you, and I think we've had a little bit of a discussion about that, but we'll talk about that later. But first of all, you know, we always touch on, you know, where you're from.
Yes.
So where you were born, where you grew up, and I know that's a bit of a colourful story for yourself.
Oh man, it's not just one story. It's the most longest thing. It's like, hi, where are you from? And you're like, do you have time for a cup of tea?
Or they just say like, what nasho are you?
A meal? Should I cook a meal for you?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, look. I mean, look. Generally we get 2 hours like max.
I
on
know,
these
right?
things, so like
well, that's 2 hours of your life. No, but I was born in Indonesia, Yogyakarta.
Yeah.
Adopted at 4 months old. That's like just one plateau, but it's about to just get it. So my parents, luckily, it's one of those luckily situations, couldn't have children, couldn't have kids. And so they were in Indonesia and happened to be like, let's get a baby. No, it wasn't like that. But it was more so like there are actually 2 babies left in the orphanage. So there was a young boy and myself.
Yeah. And
luckily that boy didn't wake up. So my mom, in the sense.
Oh, wait.
No, my bad.
Yo.
No. He was asleep. He was very much asleep.
No,
they knocked on the window. He didn't rise.
Oh, okay.
So I woke up and did like a.
I got children. Like. Anyway,
damn, we went real cold all of a sudden.
You got up.
So I woke up and did the whole roly thing as you do as a baby, I guess. Like, hi. And my mom should have said to me later throughout the years, I should have known you were going to be a performer, because that was already like, you sold me with the whole wiggle and the smile. And she's like, yeah, we want that one. And it's so cute because it's like, I, from then, got a life. You know, here we're adopted by 2 loving parents that had no idea what they were doing. Yeah. And I love the fact that now as an adult, you have conversations with your parents and they're like, yeah, there's no such things as rules. You have to learn on the way.
Oh,
and you definitely know that. You know what I mean? Like
Know
all
that
the
times
parents out,
four.
yeah.
Yep.
But I like the process because my dad and I became really great friends.
Yep.
So the accent basically arrives. My father he's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
He's Irish. And so my mother is Australian. That's why I'm an Australian citizen and
Yeah.
Sydney resident, citizenship as well. So I've been here since 84.
Yeah.
And it was my life till I graduated. Wow, I'm dating myself already. It's 92, I'll just say. Class of 92. Hey.
Yeah.
I know.
Right, you're looking good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know people class of 92 that look haggard as, but like
Black
shout to
don't
them as
crack,
well.
man.
Like,
Asian don't raisin. So, you know. So, yeah, you don't know what that means, by the way, because the black only came into my life at 16. I went back to the orphanage. My parents took me back to the
Oh,
orphanage at 13, but at 16, there was the nurse that brought me up. And she saw me, and when I walked through the orphanage, she was like, Mirrah's back. And I'm like 16, you know how we are at 16, like we cool, we think we cool, we're like, you know. So I'm like looking like, you know me? She's like, yeah, I know you. Like, you're the little baby that I took care of. Like, you know, like I know your mom type thing vibe. And I was like, oh. And she was like holding my skin, and she's like, chantik, chantik, which means pretty.
yeah.
And she said, your father, you know, was black man. So I went through the loop before African American. I went, because I'm thinking, okay, Irian Jaya, because we're in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Javanese as well, we're naturally dark.
Yeah.
But I went, literally, I was like, Papua New Guinea, you know, like,
Yeah,
she's
you
like,
did-
no.
yeah, had
She's
no
like,
idea.
no, American. And I was like, okay. So mind you, now I'm 16. This is 89.
Shit.
We didn't have Google. We have libraries. So I'm in the library section of encyclopedias looking for 1973. When would an African American be? Like, in the sense, like, was it Navy? Was it this?
Yeah, like,
so
why
I'm
would they be
trying to
in
look through
Indonesia?
history, like, because I'm thinking Vietnam.
Mm.
You know, all of the wars that we've known
Trying
of.
to place it.
But like, how would an African American? Then slowly they were saying there was pilots in Jakarta at the time,
Yeah.
working, you know, for the government, blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay, interesting. But yeah, hi Dad. Just to let you know, if you're watching, that's your beautiful little seed grew up to be me. So you know.
Bless.
Yeah, bless. So, and my mom, I never knew who she was. So, hi, Mom. And allegedly, I have 3 next of kin that are older than me. And yeah, so
That's crazy,
I'm just
yo.
this human that is a B-girl that loves music and loves life.
Well,
man.
talk about that, because like growing up as well, I was like 16. So when did you get, you know, like where was the States? And, you know, because I know you were in LA for a minute and
Yeah, well, like, it's so weird because home is so Sydney. But then someone will be like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, home. And that would be LA. Because, and this is what's frightening, not to get political, but I find America drums it in you that's home. Like, you patriot.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Fly the
even
flag,
when.
la la la. Yeah.
It's like so scary.
It is.
Respectfully, I say that to the people that are very patriotic. But I find that so strange because, you know, you a little girl and you move to Australia 84 and it's like people are like, where you from? And you stand up straight like LA, like what's good? Like,
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
okay, like. But
Relax.
you know, but it's it's
Relax,
like,
I'm from,
relax,
Toongabbie.
relax. But no, it's just interesting where I was adopted, moved to Australia after 80. Ooh, okay, guys, here we go.
Fuck, that's what I need a DJ for, so we can just do
Yeah,
like those
just do
reverse
that.
cuts.
But you don't need to. You
no,
just
that's
did
true
it.
as well. I've been practicing. It's fine.
So yeah, adopted, moved from Indonesia to Los Angeles, and the reason why we chose California is my mom likes beaches. She's from Australia,
Yeah, of
Sydney.
course.
So she's like,
Yeah, we tend to be like that.
you know, can't get away from Bondi Beach. I gotta like make sure that I keep my beaches. You know, gotta be with California.
California.
California. So yeah, so Cali, And then from Cali to South America, Peru, Lima, during the Civil War.
What the hell?
And that sounds really old when you like
Bro, I feel
Civil
like,
War.
yeah.
Like, no,
Like,
19.
I thought I
No,
knew some
hear me
shit
out.
about Mirrah.
1982.
You fucking just
yo.
dropping another year. Like, by the way, when the motherfucking Civil War was on, I happened to be like actual.
No, can I tell
Like,
you?
I feel like I'm cracking your Rolodex right now. Like,
No, I'm about to tell a story
No.
that only my close people know.
all right, here we go.
Y'all ready?
New shit, exclusive.
No, about history about Mirrah. This shit was crazy. I am 8 years old. I am going through the Amazon River with my parents.
Casually.
Yeah, as you do.
As you do.
Yeah, you know. So we had a tour where we had so much fun. It was the last of the tour. So we stayed in a hotel, sleeping. 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to act it out because that's my personality.
Yo.
4 o'clock in the morning. Snooze, snooze, snooze. Poof! Door just gets open. The whole army gets in our room like, levántase, levántase. We all on the ground like, oh.
We just shut the door.
I'm eight, like, oh, my mom is like this. I'm speaking fluent Spanish back then, so I'm like, ese mi mamá, ese mi papá. Like, don't hurt my mom like that. And then my mom's going, shut up. You're not helping the bloody situation, Mirrah. Just
What
sound
the
like
fuck
them.
is going on?
So guess what?
Okay, I'm not gonna guess. I can fuck it.
They basically thought my mom and dad were there as cocaine smugglers, and I was their donkey because I looked.
Oh shit! Yeah, because
Bolivian.
it didn't make sense. Yeah,
And it didn't
yeah,
make
yeah.
sense that
Of
they
course.
two white people had a brown to them
Yeah, yeah.
child. So yeah, they were like, and then I had a passport which was Indonesian, so that looked like a comic book back
What
then in the
the
80s.
fuck?
They were
Yeah.
looking at it. Crazy story. My father happened to meet, because he worked for a company, I won't mention their name, but it was big and
Yeah, I didn't need a lawsuit.
yeah.
God pod axe.
And he met someone that knew Ronald Reagan, basically. So he just yells out, I know Ronald Reagan. And the whole army just went like this. And I'm like, and if you knew my dad, this is mad funny.
What a fucking mad name dropper.
Yeah.
I know Ronald Reagan.
Right?
I know Ronald Reagan.
That's how it was, yo. And my mom and I, at the time, we're pacifists, so we like used to protest against him, everything, you know, like this is like, and so all me and my mom were like this. We did the Scooby Doo, like oh, okay, like we know Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all of a sudden we got let out. I got free. Parents got free. We were let go, and it was like yo, this is crazy. So all of a sudden, I'm from L.A. hood to that, but which was a good living situation too.
Yeah.
To then Australia, like a beautiful beach that you can swim in, that you can do everything,
Yep.
live this life, and you know, basically, I came to a privileged, beautiful country, like
Fuck Earth.
where you
Yeah.
can, like, no
That
lie,
dog getting kicked in.
no lie. When
Flex
I
your
lived
leg.
here,
Uh,
I lived in the eastern suburbs.
yeah.
So, but I lived on the affluent side. So my mom always says affluent because it's the fucked up side of Vaucluse, right?
Yeah.
In the sense, but it was just beautiful that we could just walk on the street with no shoes. Like I was like, what country am I in that we could walk to the
it's
store
pretty
with no
crazy.
shoes? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it was crazy in the 80s. But then, yeah, all of a sudden, this little B girl.
Bro, I feel like I just got like fucking whisked through.
I never said
Like-
that story, yo. That shit is bad funny.
I'm glad you did like saving it. You just saved it for, you know, Godzilla
Yeah,
podcast. That's
yeah,
hectic.
man.
But talk to me, like, you know, in a lot of these as well. I mean, it's a bit different for you, and it's probably a little bit more of an interesting, or it's funny perspective wise, I suppose. But in terms of your first, you know, hip hop experience, and I know
Yeah.
that we've spoken about, you know, your dancing and stuff like that, and so I suppose I ask questions that I know the answer to sometimes.
No, you don't.
But
You don't know
Yes!
this answer.
this is what I'm talking about. All right, cool. So, what's your first hip hop experience? Where did hip hop come, like, just insert itself into your?
1978.
God damn.
I was 4 years old. This is before hip hop was called hip hop. I went to the beach with my stepsister, who was just the neighbor down the street. She took me. I was 4 years old. I was on my I think, roller skates, and I saw b-boys.
Yeah.
And they were like Hispanic and Black Americans, and I was just standing there watching them. And this is when it was electronic and disco, and they were like pop locking, and they were just moving. And then one cat just started body popping, and I started emulating them. So I took my skates off, and I was like in front, like copping. And my sister, who was a little bit older, she looked at me, and they're all like, "Oh, shoot, check Shorty out. She's rocking it. She's rocking it." So I was like, oh, we kept going back. I became their secret weapon. So they used to have like little battles or shows, right?
Yeah.
1978 on Venice Beach. So all of a sudden, once they saw I could flip, and then.
What, like actually flip?
Yeah, so it's
What,
like.
like a fucking backflip?
Yeah, kind of like in the sense, like they could flip me because it was like, okay, she's agile, she's only 4.
We got a mini gymnast.
Yeah, like literally. Like it was that whole thing of, yo, Shorty can actually copy really well. So it was like, do this. And I was like, do, and they were like, okay, let's go.
Yeah,
so all of a sudden, like that was my first experience of hip hop.
Yeah, like
before
culturally.
The culturally of it. Then now moved to Australia. My first day of school, I brought a slip mat, which is linoleum, which is the floor that fake tiles on the bathroom floor, right? Black and white.
Yeah.
I had my own personal linoleum, yo. I had my backpack and my linoleum, and it was like mad funny because I was trying to act hard, like first day of school.
Well, how old were you at this stage?
This 10. So I arrived from South America.
At that stage,
you're trying to act hard. My mom's like, okay, darling, I've got to go to work. My tears started falling. I'm like, don't look at me.
Fuck.
I don't know anybody.
I don't want to have to fucking backflip in front of these motherfuckers.
Like this. My mom's like, you'll be fine. Like, so it was funny because I stood there, and this other little brown kid, I saw his face go like this. Like, and I'm thinking, does he know what I'm carrying? Like, okay, but I just chilled. So I was the new chick at the school. First day of school, I'm sitting on, like, remember the metal seats?
But yeah.
Back then it was like this small.
Right? Well, no, there's still that. I got
that?
a chick, little girl in kindy, so there's still that. There's still that size. You still got to sit down waiting for the kids, like fucking like this.
And the butt's cold and everything.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm sitting like this, and I have my linoleum. And this Indian kid comes up to me, and you're going to laugh who it ends up being. You're going to be like, what?
Nah.
Yeah.
Right.
Kavi.
What the
DJ
fuck?
Kavi,
What?
B. 1984, my first day of school. He comes up to me, and he goes,
What the
yo, mad crazy. He comes up to me, and he's like, yo, you break? I was like, hell yeah, I break. I'm from LA. Like, what? You break? He's like,
No.
No. He's like, no, we're just up on the hill, and we saw that you have that's linoleum. Hey, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, yo, like, come up
Chill
there,
with us,
dude. We're the only brown people
kids in
at the
school,
kid. There was like 2 Torres Strait Islander indigenous kids that they were adopted as well.
No shit.
Bless
So you got
them.
like all these like mad like
And
relatable kids
and
like
they were
straight
like,
away.
oh snap, she's doing it.
Yeah.
So that was my first day of school. So that was the second time in the sense of my hip hop.
Bro, fucking these are the stories. This is what we want to hear.
Now we're gonna get to 16.
Now
You
we're
ready
gonna
for
get to 16 because this is where, and this is where I'm sort of like I've got
Yes.
this other little thing, right? Because then because the first time I heard of you,
Okay.
your name was Shorty
Yeah.
RV.
Shorty RV. Yes.
Shorty RV.
Same
okay.
word.
And okay, so when we came in, I was part of like a crew, and we had Kimikaze.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was filler,
Yeah.
and so
She was
like,
Shorty too. She became Shorty, right?
No, people called her Shorty because she was fucking like 3 foot flat.
Bless.
So yeah, like you could literally swing a punch down and miss her, but she like people would see her and they were like, "Yo, this is when we were first." They were talking still about you, but you had gone back to the States, I
back to the
believe,
States.
at that time. So tell me, like, you started like, well, because you're going to go into 16 and then like Shorty RV, and when did you start getting that rep up in that respect?
Sure. Well, as the reason why I let you know, like Shorty obviously came from being my hype, but also 1978 when the cats were like, "Yo, Shorty can break.
Yeah.
She can pop. Like get in." So I kept the name. I always had it. So I changed the Y into an I. So SHORTI for Indonesian, my identity, and also individual, and then indigo. Like I had, how rappers
back
go.
Then you had
We
to
just
have, like,
keep
all these
going and going and going and going.
Like Method Man, like
Oh my God.
It's like, all right, Johnny Blaze. It's like, fuck, bro. There's only so much lines in your passport, bro.
It's just Shorty.
Yeah.
So I changed it to that, and I was a dancer. So all through this time, I've been a dancer. So I love my B-girl, breakdancing, that part of the culture. All of a sudden, from sneaking out to nightclubs at 13, 1987, which was the house and hip-hop clubs during Sydney time, which was absolutely incredible.
Like, what do you mean, like dope time?
Ridiculous. Like dancing and fun. And everyone, like, pure love.
Not the 90s
dude.
where it's like...
No, the 90s was still dope in the house scene.
Don't get me wrong. It was cool when you were at Gas nightclub, shout out to Sam, when the place is getting shut the fuck up. And nobody knows because we were all downstairs listening to fucking Be Faithful or Fat Man Scoop for the fucking 50th time that evening. But, it was a good time. But anyway, Shorty so RV. So how'd you get that rep? Where'd the name come from?
So
in
1989, 16, I got offered to go on tour with Public Enemy.
Just casually.
No, it was about dancing. It was all about dancing. So I danced. No. I opened up as a dancer, and then the group before us was Sound Unlimited Posse. Big ups to them.
Yep.
Then Sound Unlimited Posse opened up for Public Enemy.
Yeah.
But being that I was 16, the beautiful thing about it is I happened to meet, obviously, Public Enemy, the whole crew. They respected me, looked at me as like their baby sister. And it was a really good thing for me to see, because when I see grown men that gave me the amount of respect and believed in me, and also were like, yo, there's something about you. You got something. Like, you need to try. Like, have you ever thought about rhyming? Like, MCing and all that. I was just like, nah. Because they were like, you like a little MC light, Mirrah. Like, Shorty, you can be doing something. You got to do it. And I was like, nah. Because I hated my voice. I used to get teased. I don't know if anybody, young people out there, any females out there, when you got a low tone, man, I was like, I bet your parents lied to you. You were adopted and you really a boy. Like, mad evil shit, man. So, like, I hated my voice. Like, the word hate, like, it's such a hard derogatory term to say.
I try to fucking
so I
take
actually,
that out,
so, as a kid, so when you have these pioneers, like, yo, your voice is ill. Like, you can do something with it. Like,
a bit of a contradiction to
like,
what you
and I was
fucking
like,
actually
looking
believe.
at him like, what, really? So fast forward, I became 19. I went to London. I left school, 92, graduated. I went to London as a dancer, danced for Mark Morrison, went on tour, did music videos, all of this.
Mark Morrison. Big shout out to Mark Morrison.
Yeah.
I hope he's listening.
Yeah.
Return of the Mac. Still the jam.
And then danced for Top of the Pops. I was a dancer for Top of the Pops.
That's crazy.
Did a lot of TV shows out there, different names and stuff I can't remember. But the great thing is I got to meet a lot of, as a dancer, I got to meet a lot of men in the industry. And that was really good, because being a tomboy, being an artist as a female, and this is where it's interesting. So anybody that's out there who is a female that wants to get into the industry, and the young men that will meet, obviously, young women in the industry.
Yeah. As colleagues.
Thank you. I was just about to say that. As colleagues. The beautiful thing is I did meet grown men that actually I got respect from, because they said my demeanor was respectful, which I actually didn't know. Like, what it was is I was just a tomboy, and I never saw myself. You remember, like, you got to remember, growing up, I was an ugly duckling, right?
So it's not, I get it. It's not like you're not putting.
So I'm not putting anything on.
It's not on a female tip. It's more of a just
camaraderie,
like the bros sort of.
Yeah, like I was like,
I can get that.
Yeah, so not naming names, but I met a lot of people that are in the industry, and they were like, "Yo, Shorty, cool, like Mirrah, what is it you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to do rhyme, sing, da da da." So how I got into rhyming was my ex. It's so crazy. his boy, he was at home, and I called him, but they didn't hear the phone ring or whatever, and I left my message on his answer machine, and all his boys, he played it, I guess, and his boys were like
in front of people.
Yeah, and he's like, "Raw, man, whose voice is that, man? She got a ill voice, you know. Like, what Raw? Like, what type of, you know, what does she do? Like, it's like MC Light type shit, you know? You get me? You get me?
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's right, because your voice would have stood out over there. Okay, yeah, I get
So
you.
he calls me and goes, "Babe."
Because I'm gonna like, how the fuck they getting this impression of a fucking like,
Yeah,
every time I fucking leave a voicemail, I sound like a dickhead. Fuck. Sorry. Hang on a minute. Fuck. Some cunt cut me off. Anyway, call me back. Yeah. No, anyway, keep going. Go.
So I left a message on. No, I'm talking about old answer machines, like the message that you push down that has a cassette in it, yo.
Oh shit, the cassettes. Yes.
Yes,
Sorry,
the
continue.
cassette. So they were like, "Yo," so he brought me to the studio. This is my first rap attempt. Gotta remember, I was a dancer.
I like how you already tried to justify it.
Yeah, I had to justify it. It's because, no, it's that bad. I stood in the booth, and they're like, "Yeah, rap something, you know, like just, you know." And I was like, "Rap, tap, lap, fap." They were like, "Nah, man.
Like, oh shit,
we're not
bars.
trying to say just rhyming words like bars, man." And I was like, "What is that?" So he's like, "Babe, get your lyric book that I used to write poetry. I didn't used to write raps. I used to write poetry." So I did all this poetry on the mic, and then they taught me bars. They were like, "Take out that word, take out this." Da, da, da. And then when I got that, I finally it's a beautiful poetic way of saying it. I finally tasted the nectar of what rhyming was.
Is.
And I was like, oh.
That's when it fucks you up.
Then I was like, let's go hard. Like, so this is the beautiful time before Shorty Blitz, before God Bless.
Fuck, Shorty Blitz, yo.
Yeah, so Shorty Blitz.
Anyway.
God bless, one of my family just passed away real recently, Ty.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Yeah, so we all basically grew up together. All of us were 1921, right? And this is all happening then. And like Black Twang, like these are my brethrens. Do you know what I mean? Black Twang was they were actually definitely a thing back then. Because I met on tour, because I was doing tours, like I said, with Mark Morrison.
Yep.
So I was on tour with living in the gangster's paradise. Coolio.
Fuck,
so we
man,
were
how
like,
can you forget Coolio? Fucking worst haircut of hip hop. No.
So shameful. Yeah, no. Bless
Bro,
you.
no, like, bro, he's the bro though. He's a mad dude.
Yeah, so I started, and then I started getting thirsty and hungry. I was like, I want the mic. I want the mic type thing. And it was just really a good vibe. Fast forward, I get back to Sydney because my time's up, you know.
Oh, yep,
I got to come back.
Yeah.
So now this is 1997
Yes.
Sydney.
Yeah, because we were 99, 2000, and you were gone again by that stage. But you'd already, you know.
No, I lied. 1995 or 1996, because the Fear the Black Planet tour with Public Enemy.
Yes.
Crazy stuff. I happened to be in a nightclub, and I'm standing there, and I could just feel my brother in the room, and it was just like this, because we got this weird spiritual connection, him and I, and I'll let you know. And I was like, man, Flav's here. Just when I said that, my boy is on the mic in the nightclub, like, yeah, boy. Like, and I just went, I knew it. I turned around and I was like, and he looked over and he's like, Shorty. I was like, what's good? Like, how you doing? Like, he's like, we here. Like, I was like, you performed already? He's like, nah. He's like, what you doing? And I was like, man, I just came back from London. I was on tour dancing, but I was like, guess what? He's like, what? I said, I'm rhyming, yo. I'm rhyming. He's like, word?
Oh, because they brought that up to you before.
Yeah, when I was 16. Yeah, so I ain't seen them since I was 16.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
But it's funny how they'll remember you from the States, because, like, if you make a stamp on them when you're here the first time, you know what I mean? They're like, that's your homie.
So Flav was like, yo, you coming on the stage with me, man. Like, just in the sense of be just chill, watch. And I was like, all right. So I was just sitting on the side, as you do as a guest, you know, sitting and you watching. he stands there, and there's a moment in the show back in the day where Flav has his own part of the show. He's like, "What's up, Sydney?" And Sydney's like, "Ah." He's like, "You be knowing for all these years that I'm Flavor Flav, and I'll be Chuck D's hype man, right? But none of y'all know I got a hype man." And everybody's like this. Even me, I'm like, "Oh, what?" Like, because
You're like,
yeah, no, because I'm like, "Oh, this is part of the show." Like, so I'm waiting for the person.
Fuck, you got Flav
So
put you on
he-
the spot.
So he's like standing there, and he's like, "But you don't know that she's from Sydney." They're like, "Yo," and I'm still sitting there like, "What?" Like, she from Sydney? I was like,
Hey,
"Who?"
why you not
I
telling
was
me?
like, "Who's that? That's dope." He's like, "Yo, shorty, come out," and I'm still sitting on the side like, "Huh?" Like dumbfounded. That night, I happened to be wearing. This is old school. A baby blue FUBU outfit.
Of course you were. We all were. Some of us didn't. Came out like fucking mace.
That's
Puff
how
Daddy
I
in a
felt.
fucking in a cheese grater.
That's how I felt. And he was wearing a yellow, bright yellow sweat. Like,
course he
kind
was.
of, yeah. So
And he was actually sweating in it as well.
very much so. So it was crazy. I come out, and he's like, "Rip that," and I'm like, "What?" Mind you, respect. Chuck D is looking at him like, "Man, he doing this again," and what? Shorty know how to rhyme, like you know, because he didn't. This is all ad lib. This is the Flavor Flav ad lib that everybody in the band is used to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So this is my introduction. And he comes out, and so all of a sudden, and it was this moment, and this is the fun moment, y'all, that who haven't rhymed before or had that moment. It's such a beautiful moment when you take the mic. Like, I just went, "Coom," and he stood there, and I looked at him, and I just went, "What's up, Sydney?" And I know the rhyme because it's funny because I actually, like, I had it half written and did freestyle, but I'd be like, "I be that newborn Oriental, probe throughout your mental. My rugged raw style compiled to send you on the east to west venues. You receive my menus from all different styles, not the same, to blend you. I'm coming through like a steam train, leaving vapor. I make you sweat, creating acid rain, hearts to frame. You need the game, leapfrog shame. Yo, what's up, man? You about to feel this feminine." And it was like, "Caw!" And everyone was like, "Oh, snap." And he's like, "Yeah, welcome to the stage and welcome to PE Shorty." And then straight from that, we went into 911's a joke. It was like, he went one side, I went the other. Chuck D came through the middle. We were like, "Coo." For the rest of the show, we were like, boom, boom, boom. And then I got off.
That's how I started. That's how I started my hip hop career.
And it was amazing.
I just fucking started my whole shit with Public Enemy.
It was such a blessing.
Please. Fuck me dead. I think I was like rapping in fucking Bankstown toilets.
Oh, shoot. At least you started. Doesn't matter where you start. It's where you at.
Damn right. So
But
that's
yeah,
hectic. So from there, then what? Like in terms of where did you, like? So how did you get onto like recording and stuff? Like, you know, what was your first recordings like after that? And or what did you? How did it take from there? Like, did you start piecing stuff together? Were you on projects? What was the like first project you were part of?
See, this was interesting because then I luckily met Zig, who's my king. He came. I performed with him. I was his hype man.
Fuck, I didn't
On
know that.
tour, yeah. I was his hype man when he
Shout out
came
to
out
Zig.
to Australia for touring.
Yeah.
And we became best friends and lovers straight away. Like, that was, and then ever since then, we've been together. So,
That's crazy.
yeah. And so I went back to the States with him.
Yeah.
And
I do remember that. And that
the
sort of goes
great,
to the next question.
Yeah,
But
well, the great thing about him, it was that he was like, he saw the potential, he had the belief, and he was like, "Now I know what you need to learn. If this is what you really want, training is about to start." So the whole etiquette, industry etiquette, understanding the raw, the real reality. I am woman. I have this between my legs.
Yeah.
I have to make sure I control the scenario
Yeah.
when I enter a room as professional. I have to exude, and this is the bullshit thing I find. Why is it that I have to be a woman? I have to exude more confidence and more extra because
You gotta flex it. You gotta mentally like stretch yourself out like to another
a
level.
lame duck or a room full of lame ducks can't be professional themselves and gotta be like, yeah, I'm gonna hit that. You know what I mean?
You've
Like,
always
which
got to
means
keep people in check.
yeah, women do.
It's fucking true.
It's
Yeah,
so
100%.
exhausting.
I mean,
so,
and that goes for a lot of this goes for like fucking. You could be in an office or just a normal workplace scenario, and it could be the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
crazy. So you started learning all
so
that
I had
stuff
to
over
learn
there.
that, and before I even becoming what I want to be as an artist and a professional. So that like to become a professional artist, you gotta learn this before. So the beautiful thing was as well, Zig wanted to introduce me to who makes an artist. So then you
What do you
realize
mean? Who makes an artist?
so when you go to a set, so this is when I got
okay.
into the music videos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did that transition?
Yeah, so when you're learning to become an artist, you shouldn't just like throw yourself. You need experience from TV, media training, understanding how, like right now, we have sound
Yeah, who we
engineers,
talking
we
to?
got camera people,
Yeah.
we have lighting people. You know what I mean?
Who's
like
gonna
you
do
and
what?
I,
Who's gonna do what for you? You know,
you
for,
and
for
I
the
are not
experience?
really that important. We are only
That's right.
the subject matter that we're talking about.
Yep.
What we create. But everybody that y'all can't see, they're the makers, they're the creators, they're the magic behind all of just us as artists. So once I realized,
And
it's not
particularly
about
back
me.
then as well. Particularly back then, you know what I mean? Like when, you know, now obviously a lot of people got to be a bit more self-sustainable, but back then it was really the teams behind.
Yeah, it's about family. It's about team players, and it's also about the respective people, what they've put in for you as an artist. And I think you guys got to remember, as up and coming artists or artists that have been out, stop thinking it's all about you. It's not about you, yo.
Oath.
The art is what it's about, and you just happen to be the skeleton delivering it. You know what I'm saying? Like, humble yourself, sit back, enjoy the ride, but chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know, and
I
it's
feel that.
it's that moment. And so once I learned that, it made me personally as an artist to go, okay, I have the respect now for the conglomerates of the industry.
Yep.
Now the beast. How do I tame the beast? So, guy, the real thing is, you know, the people that say, the ones that keep pumping you up, like, you're amazing, you're great. The yesers.
Gases, yeah.
The gases, yeah. So you got to now train them. So it's like you go into a studio, you rhyme, and you got the yesers, like, oh my God, that's so amazing. But then you have Zig that like, what,
No,
you
it
want to
wasn't
be a
fucking
rapper?
Average Jazz. That's Louis.
Yeah, like, what? You thought that was hot?
Yeah.
Who said that was hot?
Yeah.
Like,
Check
and you thought
yourself.
that bar was,
Fucking heard
you
some
thought
dope
that
shit
bar
over
was
here.
hot?
Yeah, just quiz
you
it,
know,
yeah.
and I don't mind admitting it. I'm Zig's helping me record, and I'm crying in the booth. I'm like, you know, and he's
just
like,
want to be dope.
he's like, yo, come on, like, get it together. Like, the mistakes, and that again, as an up and come, I'm sorry, not as an up and coming artist back then. You gotta learn and love your mistakes. Stop hating on your mistakes. You gotta like acknowledge that mistakes are blessings, you know, and the challenges, you might not like it, your ego might not like it, but it's cool. Like, fuck it.
That's
Just
a fucking big thing, eh? The ego. Jesus.
get rid of your ego. Get rid of the ego. It doesn't work in
100%.
this thing. And egotistical doesn't work.
Oh,
ego
well,
is
yeah.
ego is good
Ego
for
gotta-
you.
Yeah, ego you have to have.
Yeah, you got to have your egos. Yeah, we're just talking about wordplay right now, guys. But
Bars.
bars.
We'll talk about this then. Because then you're learning all that. And one thing that was interesting, and I'm pretty sure it's all still online. You can check it out. But then you went to Are You the Girl?
Oh,
which,
wow, yeah.
you know, for those who don't know, was, you know, a reality show in the States where, you know, R.I.P. after Left Eye passed away. They did a show that was basically looking for the new TLC member.
Not exactly the
not
new
exactly.
TLC. It was just for them to come out again to public, to expose themselves.
Yep.
And come out with a reality TV show to show fans and followers and supporters that know their stuff and give a chance to a girl that was triple threat.
Okay.
So yeah,
But
a lot
still,
of people
essentially
you could tour with them. The one that won,
Yep.
there was a tour that was connected to
the show.
To the show.
But it was specifically for the show then, obviously.
Specifically just for the show, and specifically to be a Left Eye character form because they needed a rapper.
Yeah, okay, I feel
There you
you.
go.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, that was crazy. So how did you? I mean, but that was just an audition. You know, this is when reality was on its way
Up.
Like it wasn't really established crazily yet. You know, so how was that experience to have this? You know, and TLC were unashamed about, we're not making the fucking money that you think we're making and stuff like that.
We needed that. We needed to see the truth because then artists realized what they needed to see of contracts.
They were holding Grammys, like they were fucking at the Grammy like awards, like going like, yeah, we didn't fucking make the money. You think, they were like unashamed about it. But then to be involved, I suppose, in the process of that, budding reality sort of, and become a star, seemingly in a very short period of time, or at least a public figure. You know what I mean? How was that, being an artist and trying to get your own identity and then being put into this, reality TV show?
It was interesting because many people, I don't like usually sharing this story, but I think it's important because there might be other people out there that can learn from the challenge. I've never been Mirrah is Mirrah until now. Like unique tone, unique voice, unique character. In the 90s, I've always been, you sound like Left Eye, you sound like Left Eye, you sound like Lisa, you sound like Eve, you sound like Missy, you sound like Erica Badu, you sound like, and I'm standing there going, I'm Mirrah.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm Mirrah.
Sound like
I'm Shorty. I'm Mirrah. I'm Shorty. So then all of a sudden, but again, the reason why I said I think it's important for artists out there to hear this story is because you have to enjoy your own uniqueness. You have to learn about what makes you you. Stop trying to sound like somebody else. So if somebody is already out, learn a different, people may say it, but then try to learn to do something different. Maybe your cadence could change, which is your vocal pattern. Maybe try to extend, maybe adding some language or being proud. If you from Australia, France, or whatever, like add things that people go, oh, I just learned something from somebody from another country. Stop sounding like if you are not from America, be from where you at. Work your own magic. So I had to learn that. And a producer basically said, oh, by the way, I know you don't like it, but I know you sound like such and such, so I put you up for this competition. And it's
someone just fucking
so they just threw my name into and got me an audition before. Well, I didn't even need to audition.
Oh, so you didn't go through the auditions, you were sort of like put on the back end, like placed in there.
I still had to audition. But I guess got put on a time audition. Like everybody else had to stand in line. Nah, I had a specific time.
Classic Mirror. Straight in. Next minute, fucking like Flavor Flav type girl.
It was absolutely crazy because when I got the contract, I actually went and saw Flav. Because he was about to do
Flavor of Love.
Yeah. And I was
Flavor
like,
of
man,
Love? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, because he's like my brother, uncle, like my best. So I was like, I called him and I was like, yo, are you busy right now? He's like, nah. And I said, I need to come and see you because I got this contract. Can you kind of like look at certain words and see if it's BS or whatever? God bless. I happened to just get a manager, and the manager got Tupac's lawyer, and I had Tupac's lawyer check the contract, and he helped me out. And it was a moment where I was like, shit, this is really going down. Like, I'm about to do this competition.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know, but I actually am a survivor of anxiety. So it was a whole thing of my whole self-doubt started going and like, am I going to be good enough? Am I going to be da-da-da-da-da? Am I going to be da-da-da? So I had to like really learn to meditate more. I had to figure it out. I had to like stop stressing and really kind of practice what I preach now. You know, like believe in yourself and you can do it. You know, in my inner side, my inner self of anxiety is like, fuck you, shut up. But my other self's like, no, you can do it, girl. You can do it. Like, and I was like, okay.
And it's crazy as well, especially when you're like on the come up as an artist and you still haven't really landed on, that identity, la la la, that you're talking about. And then to literally go in and actually know that, well, there's going to be an aspect of this that's not going to be my identity, irrespective of what I do in there.
But dude,
because it's going to be that whole of TLC that you're going to have
but
to
you
fill.
know what's crazy? you saw a plethora of yourself. Every person either rap, sing, and dance.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay. But the whole thing that I loved about it is Zig, like I said earlier, he trained me as an artist,
Yeah.
prepared me
So you were ready.
for all this. So when I came in there, I knew in my head, don't dress like an artist. Dress like the next door chick. So I wore Ugg boots, jeans, ripped up jeans, a singlet.
Yeah.
My hair was done, but just to look decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I just went in. I was like, nope. And I did it. But the beautiful thing at the time, so this is 2005, so I was 30 at that time. And I was laughing because I stood there and they was like, okay, can you just, so you have like it's like a crew like this, right? I was like, hi, my name's Mirrah. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I'm 30 years old, and I rhyme. The whole place went, drop. Everyone's like, and I was like, I'm going to sing a song, and then I'll rap. And everyone was like, all you can see is nobody heard anything after that. They're all standing there like, she's 30?
Yeah. And then it's like, you're not supposed to say that. Yeah.
But yeah.
This is live.
So it was mad funny, you know what I mean? So, and then, yeah, go if you can. I'd rather not say
Yeah,
what
go check it
happened.
out.
Go check it out. It's capital
100%.
R, capital U, the girl. It's on YouTube. Yeah, I got blonde hair and long hair then.
Orcs. But anyway, then, and this is where I got to meet you properly. You know, you moved back to Australia. You know, you're with Zig. You've just come off Are You the Girl? You start getting involved from, really quickly started to, and I suppose that came with the training and, Zig's knowledge of the scene. You came in and you were just like, boom, like, fuck, like you were in places where people were working their ass off for years and still couldn't get in, and you're all of a sudden hosting this MTV thing at I think it was the Lair. You're at all the fucking,
long time
you're at
ago.
all the, huh?
That's a long time ago.
No,
That's
it's
like,
not.
what,
What are you
12
talking
years
about?
ago? You said
Yeah.
the Lair.
Bro,
I'm like,
I saw a post the
whoa.
other day, like fucking RIP Channel V. I said it yesterday. Did you see that? Channel V's done.
I did a dance on Channel V,
Yeah,
like a
dude,
gumdrop
we did
thing.
the fucking. Remember Louis
Yes.
fucking Tweed heads, bro? We had the fucking whole fucking beach getting low. It was just a massive punch on, bro. Shout out to Maya and all that. But anyway, sidetrack. But when you came back to Australia and you're like, you're super busy and, you're in all that, and you're getting to know everyone and like, did you use that experience as leverage to try and get in that? Did you have existing connects that you sort of,
It was more so that
What,
existing connection and again, to all the artists out there that's just starting, your soul, your persona, your being is so important. Be naturally a cool effing person, because if you're humble and you're real, people got your back for years. If you an asshole and you think you're the shit, like I said, take that egotistical personality, kick it out the door, because everybody's gonna remember it. And nowadays you got Google, we can press it and go, who's an asshole in the industry? It will come up real quick. Bam! Do not mess with them. Yeah.
Yep.
So luckily, yes, the second part, I luckily was very blessed. I assisted a lot of people back in the day. So it was a beautiful thing that the
So that came back
blessing
around.
came back around.
Dope. That's karma.
Yeah, I guess, yes. I just look at it more like that's just me.
So then talk to me about the transition, because and I gotta say shout out to Louis, because Louis is in the fucking room. Big ups to Louis. So Louis is my partner in crime when it comes to fucking the music shit and cementing my footprint in there. But one thing that was fucking crazy to me, and one thing that just has not left me, is the work ethic of the States. Particularly for hip hop, the culture, it's embedded, it's real, it's legit. Here, I always make this joke where people will be like, they go, oh, what do you do? And be like, oh, I rap. And they'll be like, oh yeah, wiki. And you're like, nah, cuz that's a DJ. Like, that's got nothing to fucking do with rapping. You know what I mean? Like, here it's not ingrained, and as a result as well, because we're a real privileged country, as you were saying earlier, over there it's fucking like you rap or you fucking die.
Basically.
Like, I mean,
it's a part of your lifestyle. Like you aim to, like, unfortunately, when people say like, what do you want to be when you grow up? it's not because of the passion. It is, but they know
It's a
they can
fucking
make
grind.
money.
It's a hustle.
You can make money from it,
You
and
can
there's
flip
proof of it.
And you can flip it. Like you
Yeah,
can,
it's like
you know,
sports.
100. So you know.
So you train every day, you write every day, you on the streets every day battling.
Yep.
It's
And you're getting the rep. But so
Yeah.
to go from that mentality to here, where it's like just not. How was that transition to see like, yo, like these people just aren't fucking putting the work in? Like,
Well, see,
saying-
I'm not a battle rapper, so I can't share that experience, but the grind experience, that was
Yeah.
annoying. Like when someone says, yeah, let's do something. And then you like, I got my verse, and they're like, oh, I thought you meant like in 2 months, 2 years, I was gonna like, oh, you ready?
Yeah.
You're like, you called me?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you called me?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm ready. Like, oh, but mind you, that was a long time ago. Now I
we're
feel like
starting to catch up now.
We've
Yeah, yo.
totally like you got Australian cats just like
pumping shit out.
beasting. Yeah, like I can be. I'm actually very proud to be from representing as Australian artists. The only thing I will say politically, real quick.
Yeah.
The only thing we need to overstand right now, especially with Black Lives Matter, stop taking the culture. If you're part of the culture, rap and understand what Black Lives Matter means, man. Like,
Yeah.
don't be these people like, oh, I love the culture, but fuck the
Yeah.
people. So,
Fucking
yeah, if you're gonna be hip hop, understand the culture, the hip hop, the where it came from. It's blues, it's jazz. We couldn't come through doors in the back in the days, you know what I mean? So now all of a sudden you have hip hoppers that are making money and doing things. This is not a game. This is a lifestyle. This is a culture. This is a passion. It is embedded in our veins, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't take that lightly.
Yeah,
I just needed to say that real quick.
Fucking 100%. Like,
And
only when
respect
it's
women
convenient.
in the hip hop as well, like very important. Women
women in
respect
hip-
each other, and men extremely think about what before you say. And if you notice, there's not enough women on stages. If you get booked for a gig and you notice there's 10 men as artists and there's 2 females, say to them, hey, you might have to even sacrifice. Be like, yo, I don't think I can do this gig. There needs to be 5 women and 5 men. Just be real. Just saying, like, have our backs too. Like, why are we still fighting for Black Lives Matter when we should be fighting about equal rights in the music game? Have more women in the game as far as in all the back scenes. Like, hire more people that happen to be women that are really great at their jobs and professional.
Yeah.
Okay, enough. But I'm just saying.
Nah, because
do
there's
that,
actually fucking some shit I'm going to talk about later, but it's all right, a little bit.
I'll get passionate. I'm like, man, like there's so much growth that we need to, regardless of us as a country about rapping. Like, okay, yeah, but now it's business. We're a new country
Yep.
in the sense of hip hop. We still need to be acknowledged.
fucking
We
oath
still
we are.
we need to put more Australian hip hop on radio. Hello, radio, play Australian artists. We here.
And you know what? Look, radio, we love you, but also
Filled.
fuck ya. We're gonna
Like,
flip our
man.
own shit. I don't give a
Like-
fuck if you don't play our fucking shit.
No,
you know what?
play people.
Nah,
like,
nah, I
there's
know
so
what you're
much
saying.
talent.
No, we'll just
okay,
we'll just
there you
steamroll
go.
them. Yeah, fuck, stop it. Anyway, listen. Fuck.
I'm passionate.
Fuck me. That's why I got
I'm
you on. I'm not
passionate
gonna
about
lie.
our hip hoppers, man.
So I'm not gonna lie. That's why I got you on. But so this one, right? Wait. Yes, cool. I've completed that page. You're lucky.
Page 5.
That's right. So here's one, right?
Is this a joke?
Elf. Huh?
Is this a joke? So here's one, right?
No.
Far from a joke. I just heard El Fresh line. He's far from a joke.
Yeah.
That's the homie.
Because fucking dude is serious. Let's talk about a motherfucker's about a business.
Yeah, man.
Big shout out to El Fresh. But
Big ups.
connecting with El Fresh, you know, because I don't think I really know how you met El. Because it's like, it's El and like, fuck, big props to El and what he does. But it's you know, you came
have
as
to have him
picture,
on the show.
MK1. What'd you say?
You have to have El Fresh the Lion on the show. I'm just saying.
Fucking oath, right? No, you
Plug.
don't have to pitch shit to me. I got 2 years worth of motherfuckers. I gotta get on this show. Hey, what are you talking about? I'm gonna get Esky on the show.
Yay!
Right? Like, fuck, anyway. Why are you fucking sidetracking me, bro?
Sorry, babe.
Anyway, it's OG. Elfresh. So how'd that come about? You know, you're going around with, MK1. It's crazy seeing you guys on tour, fucking jumping around like lunatics. You with your fucking backpack on. How'd that connection come about, and how was touring with? I still consider, Elfresh like a bit of he's a pioneer.
Dude, he totally is now.
He's like
totally
what he
is.
does. What's some
I
fucking
love
hip-hop
that you
here?
did that. Thank you. I appreciate that. As his friend, to hear that, that's
Bit
really
of
cool.
No,
Start quickly. I met MK1 walking down the street after working at Hype.
shout out to MK1. He always fucking gave me props for the fit kid white
So
label.
let's go way back. I moved back to Australia. I'm looking for a job because I'm actually, as we know, rappers, hip hop, sneakers, same thing. So I bump into you. I'm like, I need a job. Will, Mirrah, I work at this place. You should come for work for us. I start working.
You worked there for ages.
I know. And then I finished work. I'm walking up the road and I hear this guy go, "Shorty," and that's when I was like, "Yo, how you know me?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "How you know
You're
me?"
like, I
He's
saw you
like,
some fucking shoes. We don't have size 6. Oi!
I heard that.
Yo.
That's cold. That's cold.
No. Shout out to
Yeah.
MK1. I know he's a size 5. Bro, he's gonna slam me for that as well. You watch.
He'll be like, "Oh," and then go, "Mirrah."
fuck. He'd be like, oh fuck, but like I can't say.
Then he's like,
shit.
"Mirrah, you didn't save my back, man."
Yeah,
You
yeah,
kept
yeah,
laughing
yeah,
too
yeah.
with him.
No,
Yeah, I did.
She had your back. She's telling me your size 8.
Yeah, so
Lies. Anyway.
I met him. We became friends. He became my DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, I'm now on radio with Stan Bravo, having to be on Kuri Radio, Worldwide Radio, which was awesome. We interviewed Elfresh the Lion. He just did the tour of Nas,
Oh shit.
right?
Yeah.
So we had him on, and he was our guest, right? So he walked through the door, and he reminded me, his poise, his steez reminded me of the Rastafari brothers back home. Just the way his steez was, right?
His demeanor.
His demeanor, just grown and his etiquette's just elegance,
impeccable.
poise, just
Yeah.
class. You know what I'm saying?
But
so
then
I was
just give him a mic, he fucking like tear you an ass
it
off.
up.
Mm.
So I looked at him and I was like, I did this, put my hand on my heart, and I was like, peace, like, what's good, sire? Like, peace. What's up, King? And obviously he was 20, I think, 21 at the time. So he's never had a woman ever like, whoa, this is brand new for me. Like, and then I gave him the hug like 3 times. That's like old Zulu Nation, kind of like peace. So I did that, and then he was like, and then so after he met me, he researched me.
Yeah, because there still wasn't info out. He
Researched me.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to be a youth worker. Guys, I happen to be a youth worker besides
That's
being...
the next fucking question.
Oh, my bad. Okay. So, anyway, so I won't go into that. So
Yeah, you will.
No.
In the
Yeah,
next
we
question.
will. But I worked with MAD, which is Musicians Making a Difference. I happened to
MAD, didn't we?
perform.
Yeah, fucking oath. We did Mayor out west.
So
West.
now maybe it was at West out then, but now they're out North Shore.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Bliss and Essa did the one we did.
okay,
years
yes,
ago.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I became a youth MAD ambassador.
Yep.
And I performed. L was there to perform. He saw me sing and rhyme. So it's kind of like his audition when I didn't even know I was auditioning.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So he calls me and is like, yo, I now know what you do. I researched you. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah.
Poised
I
son
would
of a-
love for you to be in my band. I'm starting a band. I have literally musicians. I have a DJ, and I really would love you. Like, how would you think about that? Man, my humility gets the worst of me because I doubted myself. And the first thing I said to him, I was like, what do you need from me, though? He's like, well, I want not to, what did he say? I loved how he said it. He says, not to disrespect your background and history, although I really am looking forward to have you as a BV, but also like help me do hype certain things. So I was like, okay, word. And I was like, man, because that time I wasn't a confident. I never called myself a singer, Lee, ever.
Yeah.
I was like, Mirrah, do you sing? I'd go, yeah, I do vocals. That's how I say it.
Yeah.
But do you rhyme? Yeah, I rhyme.
Yeah. Confident with the rhyme.
Confident with rhyming and
went 100%
performing.
on
You know what I mean?
singing,
Or can you write? Yeah, I write.
Mm.
But singing, no, just vocals. So I actually said no to the offer. I was like, oh man, like.
Right, yeah, you just didn't think you could do it
nah.
from what? Because obviously as well, he's he's such a professional.
Well, see, I didn't know what he was at the time. Like I was still new.
Yeah, but even
we
in
were
his
still
demeanor,
new.
like he would come at you like very professional and very respectful.
Dude, I thought he was 30 when I met him. He was only 21. When I found out he was only 21, I was like, oh snap, really? Like I thought he was grown. Like he just has this wonderful
grown spirit.
Yeah. And so I actually said no, and it was funny because like I told you the two personalities. I said no, put it down. This one was like, girl, what you doing? You better pick up that phone. I picked the phone up real quick, so I listened to the strong personality and picked it back up. He goes, hello, and I was like, peace, man. I was like, yo, F it, I'ma do it. He's like, really? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy
Sick.
thing. This is how life works.
Please tell me. I've been looking for the answers.
No, this is not the answer, but.
Ready, guys? This is how it works.
No, it's called. The only answer is really timing.
Timing.
Timing,
bro, 100%.
Yeah, timing is.
Yeah, you never know,
everything.
but when the time, okay.
And when I was saying how you know people and how things get back to you and how small circles are.
Yeah.
I went to high school with Denny Hines. She was, mind you, when I was 87, I think she was in year 11, 12 or something. So she was like my oldest.
I'm not gonna do that.
So she's my older sister type thing. So she was like, yo, you need to see this guy called Lee McRae. You know Lee McRae, don't you? He's a vocal coach. Oh,
yes. Okay, yeah, cool.
So Lee, not the singer, but okay.
Yeah.
So Lee McRae, I called him, and he was like, "Man, I don't have any positions open at present, but I can start like February."
Yeah.
I think I met Elle, and everything was like August or September, something like that. But in my head, I was like, "I've got classes," so I was like, I'm good, let's go. Because in my head now, that made me, I got something to work for.
True, okay, yep.
So it was like, okay.
Gave you a bump.
So before I even got to Lee, I was on YouTube doing vocal lessons on my own.
True.
And I was just like, okay. And then I had the audition, and I was like, okay. And then finally I picked up from Lee, and Lee it was perfect timing because we hit Lee. I got Lee McRae. All of a sudden, we picked up many tours that he paid for to do. But this is the beautiful thing. Another thing for y'all up and coming artists.
Gems.
Yes.
Boss.
It's called sacrificing, in the sense, sacrificing pay. So what we all did as a band, we had 7 of us, and what we decided is for the first year, no one gets paid, but the money proceeds go into our account for tours the next year.
Where you can get paid.
Where we can get paid.
True.
And it was the best thing we ever did.
Smart.
Because obviously if somebody needed the $50, needed $120, take it. We're not going to look at you like, man. We're all artists starving,
Everyone
do your thing.
Yeah. Everyone's
going
to have their
if
moment.
you can contribute, which majority of the time we were like, take our money. Let's go. And it was beautiful because that made us the team, and it created this trust and acknowledgement and hard work ethic and what we wanted to get to.
Yo, and that's big props to fucking Elle as well, because that all of a sudden fucking makes a playing field like that. It's not like, this is me and I'm providing all this for you, and all of a sudden, you're looking up. It's just like, yo, I'm on the same fucking level, bro. My name might be on the flyer, but I'm you and I are the same, and that's the respect that and the work ethic that you learned, with Zig and all that shit in the past. that was the same mentality coming across. That's
But
crazy.
as us as a band as well, I'll tap ourselves on the back. Like, we wanted the best for L. Like, we believed in his project. We believed in him. So we were like, this has nothing to do with us. It's like, it's kind of like, I know people, once they saw us, we were the accent of his creation.
Yeah.
But how we feel, or how I felt,
Yeah.
my job was to hype him up and get him excited to perform,
To do his thing, yeah.
to do his
to
magic,
be the best version
to
of
be
him.
the best version of
Yeah.
him. So it was like, you know, we communicated, is this how you want? Should I pull back here? Or you also use common sense. I know it ain't common, y'all, but use your sense. It's the common courtesy, knowing you're the frontline artist. If you feel people are watching, pull back.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
about
yeah.
you right now.
100%.
So
You'll get your time.
You'll get your time,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or you naturally do if you're a buoyant personality regardless.
Yeah.
But it's not about you. So have fun, create, make the magic, so then the artist can feel confident and have a ball while he's performing. And that was my job.
Yeah.
So, and that was my job as well with the band, to keep them going. So the work of a hype man is naturally your own spirit to like make things happen and
Yeah.
create an environment of safety and fun, you know. And we were all learning. It was
Bro,
like,
fucking,
it
bro,
was
one
the
of
best
one of
thing
the best
ever.
live shows as well. Still
Thank
to this
you.
day, man.
Thank you.
So shout out to L. Through all that time as well, though, you've been like massive in youth work. I can't even. I don't even like. I sort of want to know as an artist, because you know I know a lot of artists. Their heart's in the right place. They want to, you know, contribute to, you know, youth and youth development. But how did you get into that? And you know, because bro, like, you know, you and I have worked at 4E. That's actually how we reconnected, because we had those couple of years where we had those, you know, lack of agreement. Well, it wasn't us actually. It wasn't us actually, but
it was a
we
whole
were
team.
involved. Yeah. So without going into that,
No.
but then when we reconnected,
That was some grown stuff. That's how we
Yo.
roll. Friends
Yep.
for life.
you know, but we got to, you know, chop it up, and it was really cool to see you at this real comfortable space of, and dude, I actually learned, because I always want
We
to
might have a
teach-
job as well. I'm going to just say that online. We might have a job. I got a job for us, baby, in the future. I put your name up.
Me?
I got the job,
Book the
but I
job.
was like, oh, if I get it,
I
can
got
I
my
bring?
homie.
Yeah.
All right, dope. That's what I'm talking about. All right, 18.
Anyway, go.
But so, and I have to say this as well. I learned a lot from you, because you had already had a couple of years of the youth work, and the first 4E that we did, you know, which is so sick to finally be able to give back, especially because it was in Bankstown, and like I grew up like in that area. You know, I used to get robbed in that area. Yeah, right. So it holds a very special place in my heart. You know, but I went to school around there, so it was like finally good to be able to give back to, you know, that community, and I learn a lot from you, and you know, how to talk to the kids and how to trade them, and how to earn their respect, and speak in an engaging, fucking oath, man. Like, and that gave me a lot of confidence, because, you know, I actually started to feel my worth of a youth mentor, you know what I mean, like, and translating that. So how did you sort of start to, especially with all that anxiety and all those like stresses, how did you start to get into that lane and develop that aspect of your skill set? Because I know you did study for it as well.
Yes, I
Yep.
did. But you know what's funny? I was working in retail. This is how it started.
Retail
You work
101.
in retail.
That's what I say to the kids. It's like, yo, you don't know who's walking through that door. Your next job is right there.
No, but I'm saying when you work in retail, like you and I come from the old school retail, which is
Talk to people.
talking.
Yeah, with your mouth.
Yes, and acknowledging and watching body
Body language. Yo,
excuse me,
yeah,
whoa.
like fucking idiosyncratic shit, like tells
body
and all that
language
sort of
and
stuff.
understanding and basically human connecting.
Yeah.
So that really assisted me being in retail, acknowledging how we are. And at the same time, yes, I know we have a budget to deal with when you're doing retail, but if a customer comes in and we don't have the shoe, or we don't have this, we don't have that, I'll send them to the store next
Yeah, you
door,
don't wanna
my
bullshit someone.
homie,
Yeah.
and then they would come back. So this is about reading body language, acknowledging mind.
Yeah.
Hello, That's human.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
actually human communication, human connection, courtesy,
The
life.
lost language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our job went sunk. What is it called when the job, like, everyone has to be fired because
went into administration.
that thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah.
That's
So-
not retail 101.
No. So the crazy thing about it is that's how I got into it, because all of a sudden I was like, shoot, what am I going to do? My mom happened to say, why don't you become a school teacher? And I was like, I'm going to be real. I was like, how long's that study for?
Yeah.
I heard 7 years.
Like,
I was like, I didn't even like school. How the hell am I going to learn 7 years to teach kids at school? Oh, hell no. And,
Yeah.
You know, so I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, no. So
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
No.
So I
I
moved
politely
in. I declined. And my mom was like, well, what about youth work? And I was like, how many years is that?
Is that 6 months, Mum? Because I'm fucking there.
Dude, I swear to God,
He's like,
I heard it was a
yeah,
year.
boy.
I heard it was a year, but I was actually mad anxious because, to be honest, I was shit at school. I was always my report
But it's different
card.
learning. You don't know. You learn different when you're
No,
older,
but
yo.
when I know now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know
Now
that.
you know that. Yeah,
but
yeah,
at the time, fear of school.
Yeah.
Like, I had anxiety to go back. So here I am. So it was so funny. The first
gonna
day
lie,
of
I swear
school
I'm going back. I should
of
go
being a
back.
youth work.
Yeah.
So I did my youth work. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm in the class and everyone goes around the room. It's like, what is really important for you while you're in here? And I was like, I just want to let everybody know I like silence. I don't want anybody to have counseling, private lessons while we in here trying to talk about kids, but y'all decide to put your own private stuff and we have to counsel you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was real, and everybody kind of laughed and was like, yeah, here, I agree. I concur. I was like, yeah, okay, you with me. Like, I was like, and so I sat up the front. Like, at school, I was that kid that sat at the back talking, so what you do on a weekend? You know.
Yeah.
This time, I was studious. I had all my pens and everything, and I sat there
And
like,
you fucking pig for your sciatica.
yeah. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I was listening. I put my hand up, and I was 2 points away from distinction, dude.
Yeah, that's
I was
crazy.
so upset, but I was proud because I finished something.
Yeah.
You know,
Accomplished.
accomplished something of my personal self, and it was really good. And once I got that, it just made sense to be a youth worker because naturally I'm that geek. I don't do youth work to give back. I don't do youth work to anything, to get a pat on the back or like, hey, you're doing a great job. I don't do any of that. I do it because I was adopted.
Yeah.
I was given a life.
Yeah.
I didn't have youth workers and amazing adults that were a conglomerate of everything to give to me. So all of a sudden, when you work with a team that happens to be hip hop, art, crafts, photography, everything,
creative shit, yeah.
and you in a team and everybody's a geek like you and actually has the heart for young people,
Yep.
man, you feel like you in the A-team. You're like, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm Super Grover.
With your
Every
powers
day.
combined,
I'm
I
like,
am
let's
Captain
go.
Planet.
You know, like, so it's like I do it because it's in me. And when you find beautiful other people and community services that are part of it, like, it's so cool. And you see the faces of young people,
Yeah, this is a big
young
one.
adults that finally have that, I felt shit too many times. Boom. I accomplished something. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Yes.
That's
And I want you to feel that. Accept it. And now when you feel the mistake, feel it. Accept it.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
move on.
Yeah,
It's going
fuck
to
it,
take time.
push it
But go.
aside.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let's
Practice,
go.
practice.
And practice
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
better. Stop being perfect. You know, so it's a whole thing of, and that's how it is when you're in industry.
Yeah.
You know, you and I, we have had our challenges. We've had like doubts. We've
Yeah.
had, you know.
Yeah, but no, I'm just laughing because like
Yeah.
it's sort of painful, so I masked the
Like
pain
in a
with
real way,
laughter.
I find it. Oh, bless. Shall we give you a
But it's
hug?
so true. But yeah, no, it's all good. I've cried enough.
But
It's fine.
think about it. Like young people, like we as young people, when someone says, "What do you want to do when you get older?" Like why would you, like, on a real, like, we've been in the game for so long, why do you, like, just want to do music, just want to be experiencing crafts and arts and be amazing at that? But why do you want to get in the industry?
Yeah.
It's like having, if you get bullied at high school now, come to the industry. Get told that you're shit every day, and that your face is, that
No
your
Vaseline.
body is, that your whole self is shit. Like, come on in. Welcome to the industry. You know what I'm
You wanna
saying?
prepare
Like,
for it,
you
yeah.
have, and this is where it's important as youth workers, as community workers that do music, that are preparing young people to know who they are now and who they can become.
Yeah.
That's the magic.
Yeah, straight up. I feel that as well.
That's
man.
what's important
And that's what
of
keeps you.
anything. And that's
Yeah.
what we need to do to each other in the industry. When you see a fellow artist down and out, call them, be like, yo, are you okay?
Yo, you good?
How can we help? How can we be there for you? Do you need anything? Like, blah, 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 blah.
I mean,
you know?
that's a bit of a crazy one. Like, you know, to be fair, I think sometimes it's hard unless you've been through it. You don't understand the importance of that. You know what I mean? Like I know that. I was that asshole. Fuck, I wouldn't give a fuck about nobody until like then I went through some crazy shit, and then everyone was like, and you're like, oh, so that's why I gotta call people. Nah,
You're only
it's all
there
good.
when you were famous.
Nah, it's all G's. So I wanted to touch on a couple more things. First one, you're a big advocate for women in hip hop, as you went on that crazy rant before, but it's totally justified. Totally justified. But how do you feel, you know, at the moment, man? Like, I mean, you know, we got some fucking weapons coming back out, because it was hard for a couple of years. You know, there weren't a lot of, sort of leaning on what you were saying. Girls are coming out and doing some shit, but they weren't being given the opportunities. But there's some girls that are coming through now, you know, like Ziadala, you know, Nardine, Thraxi, St. Bedlam. I don't know if you heard St. Bedlam. She's crazy. You know, and
Mojo, Sampa, Kite,
yeah.
You know, it's
Like even sing like, you know, A Girl Sparrow. So
and then you got the next generation.
yeah, so it's come. How do you feel about the climate and, you know, the involvement? Do you feel like it's starting to creep up a little bit with, you know, being a little bit more open for ladies in hip hop here?
You know, it's funny. I gotta
No,
be
I don't,
mad.
but you're about to tell me.
You know, I on a mad real tip, we're still tokens.
You reckon?
We're tokens. There's so many great female artists, and there's always just 1 to 2 that trickle on a main stage. And it's also a trickle, especially when it comes to people of color.
Yeah,
I hate that word. I should stop saying that. Black women, indigenous women,
Yeah.
POC, yes, I guess you can say it's people of color. But I mean, call it what it is. Ethnicities that are still Australian.
Yeah.
We're tokens. And so on top of that, we happen to be women.
Yeah, it's
Oh
it's
my
fucked up.
God,
Especially
it's
on a
like-
bigger stage. Like, you know, I have to say, legit, like I've seen a couple of, you know, smaller stages where that shit's like, and that's why I sort of said before, like I didn't want to announce, yo, like you're a woman,
Yeah,
you know,
I
here, because
appreciate
like
it.
for me, when it was announced, it was like, yo, you're just a fucking artist, you're just a homie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, you know, I was actually conscious of that. I was like, yo, I do want to shout out that we're gonna have more, you know, first, this is the first lady on here, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, fuck, it's not even about that. It's about, you know, the homies and the colleagues in the industry. But, you know, I have been on smaller stages where it really has been, and big shout out to like, you know, girls like Thraxi and St. Bedlam who fucking rep with the fellas and stand like right there. But yeah, you're right. I feel like, you know, the opportunities for those bigger stages and those.
I really hope, since we've been in isolation, that the industry hopefully has seen Australian artists really work hard on their craft and knowing what to do and realizing actually we don't need you, because everybody's doing it right now on their own.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's like home budgets, whatever. Like at the end of the day, this is the only thing that I love about hip hop and I love about art, but I'll say it as hip hop because hip hop started when it started because crack came. There were, you know, you become the street journalist basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you
Running
the street
commentary.
journalist.
Yep.
Yeah, you running commentary. So the best thing about being an MC is you become the street journalist about what's going on. Yes, songs, unfortunately, at present may talk about COVID, and now, unfortunately, talk about, yes, real dramatic matters, but COVID still was a real situation because we got to be real. There's mental health that needs to be shared and addressed, and people were started speaking about it, and then luckily social media, in the positive context, I will only say, more people started talking to one another and getting to know one another. Pioneers start talking to
younger
unknown and up and coming.
Yeah, because they're forced to have to be on the platforms. Yeah,
and there was such a beautiful thing. So I think it humbled a lot of people that thought they were big things. And
I feel you.
And then it also made a lot of people grow to realize, oh shoot. I mean, on my behalf, even though I've done so much, it actually took me on a high and low. Like, I went in the beginning with challenges, and I was like, yeah, I got this.
Let's go, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my mental health went, and I didn't know what to write. I didn't know what to do. I watched Netflix for like 4 months.
I remember we caught up, and you were like, "Yo, I've just been in this fucking Netflix binge."
Like there was one Thursday, bored in the house. Yo, I'm bored in the house. I'm bored in the house. I'm bored. It got to that point, like the 4th month. I used to see that song all the time, and I hated it. And then literally, I was at the house going, "Bored in the house, yo." And I was like, "Oh man, like it's hit me," but I didn't write. So it was really weird. Like, I actually went the opposite. I actually went in this weird thing. But then I started, like I said, offline. I'll share it with y'all. I went in, what's the word that we said? I did my own counseling for self. And this might be a good idea for you. If you need professional assistance, I will say, get it. But for myself, what I did was I spoke into my voice memo, and I just let it out, and I talked to myself, and I taped myself. After I finished, I stopped it. I pressed play, listened to myself, and then wrote on my mirror with a water-based marker and wrote points down so I could hear myself as if like I was counseling or I was my best friend, because we are our best friends. We're our worst enemy as well.
Dialogue,
yeah. So I did this, and I figured and it was really interesting because I had lines and I was talking, so I stopped it, and it was a moment where in isolation I was really like, oh, I had to be really honest with myself and wake up, and then I started writing because I think what pulled me back is that I was holding on to so much stuff that I didn't know what to write because I was holding on to things. So once I did that, I started writing, and it was so good.
Fucking out of it, get back in the house.
Yo.
What about and I don't want to. I mean, it's a bit of obviously a sensitive topic, but how do you feel? Like, there's part of me that feels like the current climate in the States is actually sort of positive in a way that I think it shines a light. One thing I'm really always fucking grossed out about is like how shit our history is here, but like probably worse how well it's been fucking swept under the rug.
Yep.
And but I feel like if there's a silver lining to the unrest that's happening over there, it's actually making this global thing pop off where it's like, and deservedly, it's actually sort of shining a light on here to say like, yo, bro, like Australia, you got your history, yo, and like it's actually given an opportunity for Indigenous here to actually.
No, you know what's funny about that, Lee?
What's that?
Every year, Indigenous and we as non-Indigenous, we walk.
Yeah, I mean that's
every
true.
march, a march down the street in Sydney, down the street, towards for Yabin.
Yeah.
And they don't now, and only now because Black Lives Matter is happening, you kind of feel it. Dude, people been marching about Yabin for how long? Like, it just shows that should never be the excuse. That's what I'm saying, politely. Y'all have made an excuse because people have been marching for how long?
Yeah.
Angry Indigenous, hurt, souls have been talking about this for how long?
No, like I understand
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
I definitely
So it's like,
understand. You
oh,
feel like
it's so exhausting to finally find an excuse to actually get it.
do
No,
some
I'm
shit
just,
about
I'm
it.
just
Yeah,
responding.
no,
This is like,
110%.
like there's no, to me, it's bullshit. You should
Yeah.
never have an excuse. Like, if this is finally the excuse because America said so, because America, like, we need to understand we're our own continent.
Well, I think, but that's the thing. Like, our identity is so fucking shaped up and warped and fucking like
And copied.
Like, there's and copied, and there's this other fucking agenda that really arcs over it all. So it really like sweeps it under. So sometimes when these global shakeups happen, it's like, well, yeah, cool. Definitely, we've been ignorant and played dumb, but it's almost like, yo, like the rug's off now. Like, everywhere,
everywhere.
not just states and not even just here. It's like,
But you and I were having a conversation off when you called me to invite me for the show. And what I shared, guys, was we as humans, take race out of it right now. Just on a real situation. We as humans need to look at our reflection of self, only self, and think, how can I be a better person for others, for myself, for the community, for my friends, for peers, for people that I meet down the street, regardless.
Yep.
And also start admitting foul stuff that have come out of your mouths, foul stuff that we've shared as a joke and thought it was a joke within the team, shared like, everybody's done it, y'all. Not just white people, not just black people. Like, everybody has an ignorant comment or even a racist comment. Everybody has it in us. Just admit it to yourself and go, I gotta do better.
Yeah,
I gotta start researching now about everybody. Like, actually do history now. You're not at school anymore. You're actually living life next to people that don't look like you, don't sound like you, don't speak like you, eat different foods. Guess what? I think we need a big ass festival after all of this. Have food on one side, music on the other, and have like a fast dating thing that everyone sits at a table and goes, so, where you from? Teach me something new. What's the language to say hi? Oh, yeah. I never thought, uncomfortable question. I didn't know why this happens and why would you wear that? Oh, awesome. Nice to meet you. Next. Okay. What music do you like? My favorite color. But do you like blue? Yeah, I love blue. Okay, next. Do you know how much everyone would realize how we're so similar?
Yeah, fucking oath.
And different? And then be like, yeah, we're different.
Just have everyone move the banks down to like draw it for a while.
Basically.
That they'll fucking get a crash course in like multiculturalism.
But I mean, we all need to be better at communicating.
Yeah.
Stop making it black and white. Yeah, that's reality. I understand that. But let's kick that down. We acknowledge it, but let's be better humans.
I think you're right though. Acknowledging self is fucking definitely a massive step in the fucking right, isn't it?
Yeah. Better humans, y'all. Better humans.
Better humans.
Better humans makes better artists.
Now
too.
listen. Lastly.
Aw.
No, I know. Mad souls. Fuck. I swear to God, every time I call Mirrah, I'm like, I'm just gonna call Mirrah for 5 minutes to invite us to some shit or whatever. Fuck, 30 minutes later. Happened to me the other day. 30 minutes later the other day, I'm like, yo, I was just fucking asking her, yo, can you get on the show? Lastly, so for you, please tell us 2020, 2021, whatever the fuck.
Definitely not 2020.
Whatever year we come out of the fucking the darkness, What's the plans for Mirrah? Where can we find your shit? Like, what's coming up? Wait, do we need to call Viv and see if we complete that 4E?
I know that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Actually.
Anyway, so what's coming up for you?
I'm
tell them where to find you, all that.
So I'd like to big up Campbelltown Arts Center.
Yeah.
Conscious program that I was a part of, CAC. Elfresh the Lion placed me as one of the artists with Nardine Ziadala.
I have seen the girls in there.
Yeah.
A lot of girls in there, which is
well,
fucking
that
dope.
was funny because he didn't even mean to be all female. It just happened to be that we all.
Be that way. Yeah, that's hectic.
Yeah, and it was just freaking great. I love it. And the team of girls, Jade, singer, R&B. I'm so sorry. I just forgot her name right now. And Rebecca Hatch.
And Rebecca Hatch. I know
Yes.
Rebecca, yeah.
Jessica Jade.
Jessica
Woo!
Jade.
This
Oh,
is my baby
shit.
sister.
Yeah,
I
of
love
course.
her.
Eski,
Oh my gosh.
did you know what? Yeah.
So yes.
You're like, you should
So-
just come in.
So
Jessica Jade.
yeah. So Zia Dalla, Jessica Jade, Nardine, Rebecca Hatch, and myself.
Heck, dude.
And it was really great. And now they have the next group.
Yes.
So most artists, were all from Southwest Sydney.
yeah.
So it's basically contributing finances to better ourselves as artists. So we then have the finances to make and create a project. So I still have to do, it's going to be called music. So
Yep.
I've already done life,
Yep.
love, and music. You can find it on Spotify under my name, which is MIRRAH.
Lowercase.
Yes.
Jeff.
Lowercase. It's all right, man.
Alphonse been there.
I know.
You're like, it's all right.
He was so
I was
cute.
like, yo,
He
out
was
of
like-
respect
I
for the
was like,
artist, make that
capital.
shit lowercase.
No, the only
Doesn't
reason.
come in
So
lowercase.
it's so funny because obviously I'm such a deep person. Obviously, capital letters is the whole
You go
no
shouting.
ego, but besides that, the whole ownership of names and stuff like that. So I like being humble, but at the same time having lowercase so I can own my own right to my title of my name. So it's not corporate. Just saying.
Artists. Gems aplenty.
But
Hectic.
yeah, so it's that. But I was laughing when you were like, "Sorry, Mirrah, they can do capitals." I was like, "Oh, I guess I have to look important today."
Yeah, you're like, that's great. I was
That's
thinking
great.
like, wait, but are you saying like, that's great, or like, that's great?
Oh no!
But-
Oh, see, text, text is shit, right?
I know,
How is
yeah.
that? Like, oh,
That's why you pick
great.
up the motherfucking phone.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm sure we have plenty. Wait, do it? Yeah. Questions.
Mirror reflects.
Eski. Oh yeah, Mirror Flex. Wait, we'll try and put it on the MIRRAHREFLECTS.
Thank you.
Go.
We've got a question from MC Trey.
Yeah.
Hi, Mirrah. Tell us about one of your all-time favorite hip-hop moments.
Hey, okay, that's awesome then, because MC Trey, you basically are one of my favorite hip hop moments. No, for real, because
no, bro, fuck, I already know. It's all G.
because I actually came off the plane from England. I met up with Sabita, who was our common friend.
Yep.
We became the Awesome Foursome. So all of us were hip hop girls. And Trey, as a boss and a queen at the age in her like 20s, actually younger than me, took me under her wing
Yeah,
and brought me into her cipher and believed in me instead of being jealous and anything, and actually made me feel so confident and comfortable. And I was like, I don't really know how to freestyle. She's like, it's all right. Have some written, and then once you're written, you will go into it and just have fun and stop stressing out and just do this and acknowledge how to place this together and that. And then she introduced me to Def Wish Cast and all these amazing pioneers of hip hop, and then that was my people. And
Trey's a
so
pioneer,
Trey
right?
is the reason why I'm known as Shorty and grew and felt accepted in Sydney, Australia rap scene.
So,
basically.
Well, there you go, Trey.
I love you, Trey.
You are a favorite hip hop moment.
Yeah, she is, totally.
Next.
Next question from Josh Crawford and Deets Flicks. They have the same question. When will you, Mirrah, do a track with Lee Monroe?
Oh, we so
Put
need
us
to.
on a hey.
No,
People keep
it's
asking.
really-
Just
that-
before-
just before you just said that.
I was literally, because there's a studio here, so we're not telling you where it is. No, jokes. But no, we're gonna work.
No,
We're
we definitely, again, just know, but to answer it correctly, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
And please, if you are an artist, don't push or force anything to happen. Put it out there, and if it happens, it happens. But trust me, it will happen. We'll make it
sure.
happen. We just have to make sure we know what vibe. And just to let you know, I will bring that singing voice out of you too, homie. Do you know that he knows how to sing? I mean, sing. Not sing. He knows how to sing, y'all. He is a singer. He's a singer. So I want you and I. I want you and I to. Yeah.
I'll get you
I
on my
want
next
y'all
army
to, I want him to sing and rhyme.
All right,
So
we'll
we
see what
both
happens. We'll see what happens.
we'll both do a duet like that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
But
show
good question,
you
Joshua.
the
Thank you.
world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. No?
See?
Fucking
Didn't know
yeah,
that,
the
did you?
boys. You already know I'm Aladdin.
I'll rub
There we go.
Oh, that sounds bad. Never mind. Godzilla.
This question from me.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
because I knew Mirrah before she even knew me. So as a young person, I started doing music workshops at Street Uni. And then I performed live at the Emerton Youth Center. And then I jumped off. And Mirrah was hosting the day. You don't remember me. I was really young.
Very young.
And then she came up to me. She goes, "I really love your style. Keep doing it." And that was one of those.
I actually remember that. I don't remember it was you, but I remember saying that. Trust me. I'm not one of those people that will come into a scenario. Sorry, I'm not one of those people that is in a scenario that will boost somebody up just to say it. Like when I say it, I actually mean it. You know,
Thank you,
one thing
Mirrah.
I learned from Flavor Flav, this is one that I'm very proud of. He's so humble that when he's with family, and you're like, so we're having dinner. And fans will come up to him and try to sneak photos or, like, "Oh, Flav, can I take a photo?" He'll say politely, "I'm really sorry, guys. I'm with family right now. If you can wait, dude, I just got here and I'm going to be eating. So I might be here for 3 hours, 4 hours. But if you can wait, I will do everything that you will need me to do in 3-4 hours and not be my time because I'll be with family." And he's actually kept his word. And then when he meets somebody and he gives people advice or he has a conversation, he's real. And I always remember that from 16 years of age to the rest of my life when I've met him and I've been with him, like, throughout all different parts of the world, like, you know what I mean? And so when I say that, I really meant it. It wasn't just to boost your...
Thank you, Mirrah, because I kept going, So
yeah,
I keep
I know,
rapping.
I see. And you're
Check out his
G
new
now.
single.
That's right.
Oh my
Yo,
God,
yeah.
you're amazing. You do everything.
Yeah. But it does tie into another question from Josh Crawford again, saying, "What's something that you want to tell young people who are chasing, artistry or a creative?"
Great
career?"
questions, first and foremost, Josh. I appreciate it. My whole thing would be have fun. Have a go. Have a go, have fun. There are two simple things. It's really not much else. Once you realize you found your personal style, you found your growth, you've accepted people's, what's the word? Like criticism. But I hope that the criticism has been said to you a little bit more so you can grow from it. Don't take it to heart, but take in what they've told you, make points and go, okay? Then learn about the business. Ask questions. You have APRA, yo.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys don't realize APRA's free. APRA, sign if you have lyrics, put them on there now. After you watch us, go on APRA, read everything, apply your music so you have the rights to it. You will get paid, maybe like 0.28 cents. But hey, guess what? That 0.28 cents adds up to $15.75, which I got in the mail and in the bank.
I'm getting the back of meal tonight in Plumpton.
You know. But stuff like that. You have now a world that you're living in. You can ask anyone questions these days. So have a go and have fun.
Thanks, Mirrah.
It's
Just a
hard
couple
to
more
say
questions.
the word believe in yourself because I
couple more questions.
hate that when someone says believe in yourself. But if you have doubt in yourself and someone says believe, it's like throwing dust. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, no.
What do you mean?
What else you got?
What question?
This one from Mackenzie.
Hi, Mackenzie.
Hey, babe.
How did you end up on the Method Man cover?
Oh, she saw the Instagram. I got on, so my agent called me and I needed to audition for an artist, and I happened to be Method Man. Can I tell the story about this?
Shit,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, quickly. Yeah. So quickly, so this is when it comes to integrity of being a model and knowing that you want to be a female artist in the future. And if anyone looks back at your history, you can be like, whew. So I was given, so the outfits that they had for us were lingerie. and they want us to stand in a yo.
Yeah, but
they
I know
want
that.
us to
Where this was?
basic no, like yo.
It's fucked up, but seriously.
But we were supposed to stand in a what do you call it? Surge.
Oh, like a drain pipe.
A drain pipe,
Yeah.
but it was like in the surge, and we're supposed to stand there
Wait, like
in lingerie.
in actual sewage, but
Yeah, like it was like, and so as he's standing there, he's like, "Yo, it stinks. This is mad uncomfortable. Like this is not cool. I can't have that. The ladies, this is not professional. We need to go. You know what? We're going to my house, which was in the Hollywood Hills at the time, and I just got my license. I had to follow 3 or 4 Hummers on the 405 and 101 freeway to get to the Hollywood Hills. My butt was lead foot, but in a healthy way, going at the right speed limit, lead foot at 80. So yeah, no, I was like, like trying to keep up with these 4 like Hummers, right? And I get like, we go up, we're up hills, we're like going through, weaving, you know, you've been in, like like this. And finally they park the car, I get out, and his entourage, they all get out. And they're all like, yo, shorty, you can drive, B. Like, whoa, we were all like, whoa, shorty can drive. And I was like, thanks, guys. Just got my license.
Yeah, I'm on my fucking.
Like, that was my experience. But luckily, I brought my own clothes. I brought shorts and a tube top. And when the woman came up to me and was like, "Hi, these are the outfits," I was like, "I'm not a diva, and I'm just politely saying I'm not choosing not to wear that." So that's why when you see me, I'm actually wearing a tube top and just chilling. I was like, he's watching TV. Like, really? And he's eating Cheerios? No, I'm not wearing lingerie. Like, no.
That's mad.
So I just chose to not to.
Mad,
That's
bro.
how I got it. Yes.
That's great. Do you just want to keep going? This
Eski's like
Victor Lopez says, how do you apply to APRA? And can you be an artist from another country, or do you need to live in Australia to apply for APRA? That's from DJ Victor Lopez.
Hey, Victor, what's up? I actually know Victor Lopez. Yes, you do have to be from Australia because it's, Australasia, isn't it correct? Or is it Australia? It is Australia. If you are in America.
I don't know, I'll fucking Google it and look it up on the fucking APRA website.
I was trying to think of Australasia or, so it is Australia. You're right. But if you are in the States, I don't know where you are now in the world, Victor, but if you are an American, there's actually another, what's the brother? There's also, I can't think of it right now. But anyway, in America, they have the brother company of APRA. But yeah, you have.
No?
Yeah, AMCOS.
AMCOS.
So if you're in the States, AMCOS, but here, APRA.
I used to go to the parties then. Anyway. Yeah, that's when I used to drink.
This one.
Anyway,
This
let's
one.
go. Next one.
One more from Victor Lopez. When are we getting the Mirrah album, and when are we getting the Fid Kid album?
Ooh. Fid Kid, why don't you answer? I'm tired of my voice for a second.
All right, I'll answer Fid Kid one first then. So Fid Kid, as you know, is actually not me. It's like a personality made by myself and Louis, who happens to be here. So, I don't know. Like, cut us the right check.
Keep it real.
I'm trying to feed my kids. We're not bringing fucking Fid Kid out for fucking less than fucking $500,000. Yeah, we got some shit in the works, so you know.
Yeah, but Lee Monroe is all about now.
If you want some hip hop shit, then fuck Lee Monroe's been out, you fucking lazy cunt. Can you please just go Google my shit, Victor? You should have been already listening to my shit. All right?
Oh, you're so humble.
Fuck me dead. No. I don't need the fucking humble shit. I've fucking done so many fucking years. Fuck! Jesus Christ! This is my goddamn podcast. No, joking. Lowercase L, lowercase E.
Lowercase.
Anyway,
lowercase
jokes. But go, yeah. Mirror shit. But you sort of just answered that with the new grant.
But please do, if you haven't checked out Life and Love EPs, 5 songs each, check them out. They're on Spotify, iTunes, actually Amazon and YouTube if money is a bit difficult. I can help you out, but you can listen to them all for free on YouTube. But I'd love if you can, independent artists, to purchase them.
So she can get $15 for a big name meal.
Shoot.
You know.
You know.
But the new one's coming.
But the new one, music is definitely on its way. I just don't. I'm at that stage. Like, what is it? Should it sound like? It needs to capture me, because I'm a spiritual person, and I find that it does it on its own and just uses me as a vessel. Pretty deep, but it's actually, that's how it works.
Yeah.
I just kind of like all of a sudden I'm like, and boom, it's out. Pretty cool.
That's cool. No, because I'm just saying, because there's a question that sort of relates to that. I don't know if you want to expand, but Martin Alul says, how do you define yourself as an artist? And I don't know if you want to.
Who was the person?
Martin, he says, how do you define yourself as an artist?
How do I define myself as an artist? Oh, I like that. That's really good. That's a good question. I define myself as an artist because I am hardworking when it does come to it. I train. I have the humility to believe in myself enough to get far, but also the doubt that allows me to go challenge and then learn from my challenges and mistakes. And that's what an artist has to do as well, because we're very sensitive about our shit. And to define myself is having a go and doing it with happiness.
Man, that's it. Hectic.
Thank
Mirrah,
you.
my G.
Godzilla.
Love ya.
No, thank you, man.
God Pod,
Big
thank you so
ups
much.
to God Pod, Godzilla podcast. Thank you for having me. Big ups to everybody out there that's repping hip hop. Acknowledge the culture and the passion, and aim to try to believe in yourself daily. It's a practice. Stop being perfect and just do better.
Cheer. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Mad love. Thanks for coming through.
High five. Are we allowed to high five? No, we have to do social distancing.
No,
Oh,
no.
now.
Let's get the hand sanitizer. I swear
like,
it's here.